Hi and welcome back to another video. Today is a cloudy Thursday morning. It's been raining earlier today, and as of now it's drizzling a bit, so it looks like the rains are coming. It's coming earlier than we anticipated anyway. So I'm here to show you another exciting project we're working on. It's a 2-bedroom house. So without not talking further, let's just go ahead and take a look at it. So in your shot is the 2-bedroom house, and this is closer to the 2-bedroom 2 units that we were doing or we've been working on here in Ajodam as well. So this is just the next plot to it, and we started working on this project sometime in March, but before we were able to begin, there were a few things we had to do. One of the things was to construct a platform for the shipping container, which is going to serve as storage. Now once we are done with the entire project over here, it is going to be converted from being a storage unit to a building, and then the top of it is going to be decked so that you can climb to the top and then you're able to overlook the view. So the good thing is this side is on a higher side, so once you step up to the container, it's going to be amazing views all around over here. So yeah, now I'm sure people may be interested in what it did cost to buy the shipping container. This is a 20-footer size shipping container. We bought it from Accra. The cost of it was around 22,000 cedis. Having it transported here, it did cost around 6,000 cedis, so that is not cheap. Yeah, so in case you are thinking of purchasing a shipping container in a very good condition, you should be looking between 20,000 to about 22,000 for the cost. That is if you are buying from Accra. I'm not so sure about how it's going to look like if you are considering buying from Takoradi, so that could also be an option. So you look at the base or the platform for the container, you notice we extended it a little bit more. The idea is that once we convert this into a building, you have a space here and a space over here where you can have a sit or just walk around. So that's the idea with that. So let's just go towards the back of the container. So when we come to the back of it, this is where we intend to have the stairs, which is going to start from somewhere here and then it's going to go to the top, so you're able to walk on top of the container. So we will be working on this. Once it's time to work on this, I'll share all the details with you so you see how we'll be going about that. But aside from that, let's just go ahead and then take a look at the building now. So this 2-bedroom house is a similar plan I used for mine. So before the owner decided on going with this plan, initially she was looking at a 3-bedroom house, having the entire top deck, but looking at cost, she realized it was too expensive, and then she decided to switch to something that she could have done, not taking a longer time, and then also not going to drain so much amount of money. So she settled on the similar plan as mine. So I'll take you inside. It's not so different from what I have at my place. Maybe there's just some few tweaks, but aside from that, it's just the same thing. So this is the back part of the building, and then this is the living room is over there, the kitchen is here, so the back door from the kitchen. Now looking at starting this building, there are a few things we had to take into consideration. One of the things had to do with the orientation. Now the size of land over here is 80 by 80, so from that side the fence wall all the way through to this point is 80 feet, and the size of this building to the longer side is about between 30 to about 40 feet. And thinking about how we're going to be positioning this on the land to also have space, and one of the things the owner was concerned about was making sure that her orange trees on the land are not going to be cut off. So then we strategized on how we're going to position the building. We decided to position it on the flats, that is the longer side, facing the front part of the building, so the house overlooks the mountain. I'll take you there so you see it. So once you come in from the main entrance, there's going to be stairs around the porch. Let me just go over there so you see it. So this is the porch. As you can see, there's going to be stairs over here that will climb up. There's going to be stairs over here as well as ramp, which is going to make it easier for people with disabilities to be able to also access the building without any challenges. So this is actually the front part of the building, which overlooks the mountain. I'll climb up so you see it properly from here. So this is the front part. Now the type of roofing we are going to be going with, initially it was supposed to be an open roof just as mine. However, because of where we positioned the container, how she wanted the container positioned, and then also how we ended up positioning the building, if we continue with the open roof, it is going to affect the views for the container, which is going to serve as like a rooftop. So then we've settled on a scallion type of roof. However, this time around it's just sloping to one side, so it's going to start from the front, slope gently all the way to the back, so that it allows you to still have your great views once you're on top of the container without any form of disruption. So that is what the type of roof is going to be like. So now let's just take a step into the building. So I'm going from the back part because the front is a bit high and I'm not able to climb from there. So this is the kitchen area. So this is an open concept kitchen as against mine, which was a closed concept kitchen. So from the kitchen, this time around we have the utility room to the left, and then we have the storeroom to the right. Now the reason is that because utility room, if we are going to be using solar systems, we will need proper ventilation in the room. So we decided to put the utility room here and then have the storeroom to this particular point. So because it's an open concept kitchen, it is attached to the living area. So that's the living area, and then you have the side being the kitchen. So you have the main entrance. So this is what I was saying. Once you come from the gate, you can either use the stairs that will be provided here, or the stairs as well as the ramp, which is going to be provided here. And as you can see, once you stand over here, you notice you have great views all around. So it was really a great idea positioning the building this way, maintaining and keeping the oranges on the land, and then also being able to have the building positioned the way it is going to still save a lot of space. So this is what it looks like from here. So once you come in, you have this 4 feet door. Once you take a step into the building, you have the living area, you have the kitchen over there, and then when you continue to the right part, you have the one bedroom to the left, and then you have the master bedroom to the right. Now the difference with this master bedroom is that the size of it is 12 by 13 feet. Mine was 12 by 12 feet, so this is 12 by 13 feet. So this is slightly bigger than mine. So you can see this is quite spacious, so 12 by 13 feet, and then you have the washroom over here. So this is going to be the washroom. So the washroom is 6 by 8 feet, and it's the same for this side as well, the shared washroom. So that's what we have in here. So this is the shared washroom, and then you have the other bedroom from here. So this is supposed to be the side of the house, and then this is now the back of the house. Also thinking of talking about the back of the house, especially with the distance from the fence wall, the owner was also interested in having a good pathway where she's able to jog around the house every morning. So then it was important for us to give a considerable amount of space, so you're able to walk freely at the back of the house or around the entire house. So not just the house, but also behind the container as well. So this is what it looks like. I'm sure you see it from the top with a drone, so you're able to appreciate. So aside from that, I'm sure you'll be interested in the quantity of materials we've used. So I'll be able to share, especially with the blocks. So for the foundation, for mine, I used 600 and something pieces of blocks, but over here we used 800 pieces. So I always say, because someone has done something with a certain amount of quantity doesn't mean that it would always be the same with yours. Yes, an example is this. So you notice there's a slight slope in the land. So from this point it's a bit slight, but when you go further, it's a bit steep from that point. So that affected the quantity of blocks, not just blocks, but cement as well we use for the foundation. So we use 800 pieces of blocks. Now for the superstructure, we're anticipating about 2,000 and maybe 100 pieces. We've used about 1,500 already, so we have a few more to go. So after the lintel, which is here to be done, the steel is in place. We board all the steel where the steels are, and then we do the concrete and then also do the lintel concrete, and then we'll continue with about 4 course of blocks at the back, and then there's going to be 6 course of blocks in front, so that we have a gentle slope from the front all the way through to the back. So this is how far we've come with this building. We started working on this sometime in March, and because it's not so much of a bigger building, and also we had all the materials we needed to work with available, and we didn't have any rains, disrupting work as at then. So that's how far we've been able to come all the way through to this point. So if not for rains, we would have actually had the sides board, so we continue the concrete, but because of today's rain, that's actually disrupted work a bit. So I believe you can see the DPM. So we painted the bitumen, we have DPM, and there's DPC. I don't know if you see it. So you have DPC on the floor before the block work came. So that is so far how far we've gotten with this. And also we are creating a water storage tank platform. Now the owner had a borehole drilled, so the borehole is over there. I'll show you that. And we're thinking of where to position a water storage tank. We could have just done a cover for the borehole and then position the water storage tank somewhere else, but it would be waste of space. So we decided to block up here, and then we are going to have a concrete floor done for it. Now for the borehole, because it uses a pump, there's a pump in it, and that pump can get damaged, it can get faulty, or will have to be serviced. So therefore there will be a need to be able to move this pump out of the borehole pipe when it is necessary to do so. So for that matter, in terms of how we are going to be decking here, we'll be putting a clean out, a 6 inches clean out directly on top of this and on the floor, so that would give us access to be able to open it and then draw the pump out, and then also be able to pass the pump back in. So that's how we're going to go about that. This is something we've already implemented at a couple of places where we've had borehole covers done, so that it doesn't affect you trying to remove the pump. Maybe you have to chisel and the rest. That would be a lot of work. And the size of water storage tank we've bought already is 3,000 liters, which doesn't occupy the entire platform. It occupy part of the platform. So you have sections that you're able to install a water pump by it, which is going to serve the house. So far, this is what we've been doing as part of some of the projects we're working on. This is the 2-bedroom house. Same plan as mine. The difference is the master bedroom size and then the open concept kitchen. But aside from that, it's the same thing. And so far, this is how far we've come. Starting from March, April, we're currently in May. So that's been 2 months and some few days. So it means it's possible to have your building completed within a shorter period of time without you compromising on quality, among other things. So one of the phases that usually takes time has to do with the foundation phase. And the foundation, because after the block work you have to fill, either soak with water. There are a couple of ways to go about it. One option is, as you fill, you compact along, and usually that costs a bit because you have to rent the compacting machine for a couple of days to be able to have that done. But if you're not looking at that route and you're looking at just filling, so then after the filling you have to soak with water for a couple of days or even more, and then make sure that water is properly soaked and then dries off before you have your compaction done. And then after the compaction, you go ahead to do your plumbing works, and then after that you go ahead to spread your DPM, and then you can have your floor. So far so good. This is how far we've come with this build. And once we're through, so this is also going to be an off-grid house. It's going to be using solar, so we'll factor everything into the building, so everything goes on smooth and seamless. So that should be just about it for now. Thank you very much for watching. In case you have any questions or comments or anything, you can just drop them in the comment section and I'll do well to respond to them. So that'll be just about it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.